Ladies and gentlemen and Gravit graphic designers, we're going to do lesson 3 and we're going to learn a little bit more about the pen tool and how to make beautiful curves. Okay, so make sure you write this down in your notes. Make sure at the top of your notes you put Gravit lesson 03, drawing Bezier curves, not to be confused with Bezier curves. This is a French word, so it's Bezier. Okay, and so write all this down. So whenever you're drawing, you have a node or an anchor point, you have a direction line, and you have your direction handle. If you already have this note, skip it. Okay, so for Gravit, you have, I should say Gravit. So you should click and drag to create curves. Shift helps keep things straight, and write this down if you can. But let's go ahead and get started with that thing. So while you're writing that down, we're going to actually look at what this means. So here we go. Okay, so I'm now a Brian Miller, the student, not Brian Miller, the teacher. So I'm going to go into Canvas. I'm going to find Gravit 03. I'm going to click on it. It's going to take me over here. And then here's the Gravit file you need. I'm going to click on that, click, and it's going to take me over here. Okay, it says right here, this design was shared by Brian Miller. The owner only allows to view this thing. Okay, so we can view it. We cannot work on it, but we need to work on it. So what do? We make a copy of it. So we're going to go File. And we're going to say save to cloud as. We're going to save it as, which means we're going to give it a new name. So I'm going to go to my Gravit folder. So I'm going to go into vector design. So I have a folder called Creative Computers. I have a folder called Vector Design. And inside Vector Design, I'm going to save it as Gravit 03 with my name on it, a space. And then I'm going to, there should be a button that says save. There's not. So I have to click there and I have to hit enter. And so now I should be able to work on it. Okay, so let's zoom in on this thing now that my tools pop up. So I'm going to go to the zoom tool. I'm going to hit plus, 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 plus. Okay, and so maybe I'll go -1. Okay, and I'm going to use the hand tool and I'm going to grab this and drag it. Okay, so the deal is we're going to use the pen tool. And you have to, like I said before, to make a curve, you click and drag. Click and drag. And so you can see I have these things here, which are the anchor points for the nodes, and then I'm using my handle to make sure that the line goes longer, so I can make a strong curve or a weak curve depending on how I do it. All right, so I'm going to press the D key to click off to stop. And so I'm going to go to my sub-select tool. I'm going to click and I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard to get rid of that. All right, now let's look back at one thing that we saw here. If you look back here, it said shift helps keep things straight. That's true. Okay, so the shift helps keep things straight. So let me show you what that will do. Like if I click and drag and I'm not using shift, I can get all wonky, which is fine sometimes. But for this, we want to be really accurate. So I'm going to hit shift and it constrains me. So I'm going to have my finger on shift the entire time. Unless I tell you, I am not taking my finger off shift. So I'm clicking and dragging, and then I'm coming over here. And notice I can't get, it won't, I'm holding shift, it won't let me get right to that thing, which is actually fine because ours is going to actually be better than this one. But I'm going to click and then I'm going to drag down. I'm not dragging up, I'm dragging down. Okay, and then I release the mouse, but I'm not releasing the shift key. And I'm going to click and I'm going to drag up, not down. I'm not dragging down, I'm dragging up, 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 up. And then I release. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag the mouse down. And by the way, see that handle right there that I'm circling? I want to get this thing to kind of be level with it. So I'm going to drag down until they're level. They're not really, actually, I did a bad job on. So this one over here, I did a bad job on. So I'll just do this one the best I can and I'll go back later and fix it. Because Gravit is like life. You want to look forward, not backwards. You don't want to dwell on the past too much. So I'm going to click and I'm going to drag, release, and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. Okay, and I'm going to release. And now I released the shift key, and now I'm going to press the D key and click to select off of it. Now, I did not do this perfect like I wanted. So now I can go back and repair it. Unlike life, you get do-overs in Gravit. So I'm going to go to this is called the sub-select tool. I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag this a little bit. It's going wonky, so I'm going to press Shift. So I'm going to drag this a little bit more perfect. And I'm going to drag this one a little bit up. And so I'm going to play with each of these until I get it just where I want. So I grab this, and I have the Shift key selected, just so you know. Grab this a little bit up, click on this node or handle, or pardon me, node or anchor point. Now I'm going to grab the handle, drag it a little bit down. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to drag this a little bit down and this a little bit down. And you just kind of keep going back and working back and forth until you get it perfect. Okay, now the next thing, as you know, we're going to have to change the color of this. So I'm going to go to my sub-select tool. I select it. I scroll down, and I'm going to go to the stroke weight, and I'm going to increase the stroke weight. And as always, I'm going to get rid of all the butt caps. We do not want a butt cap. We want a round cap and a round cap. Okay, so we got that one done. Now we're going to do the exact same thing again down below. Okay, but we're going to do it on our own. So without the template. So we're going to try our best to do it on our own. So we're going to go to the pen tool. We're going to click and drag. Oh, it's going wonky. What do I do? What do I do? I hit the Shift key and drag up. And then I come over here and I drag down. And I want to line those two things up right there. And then I'm coming over here and I'm going to go up. And if I go down, it looks like that. So I need to go up, down, up, down. Okay, and then, oh no, I want to stop. What do I do? It's continue. Oh, what key do I press? I press the D key and click D on the keyboard. And so now I can go back and I can edit those individual nodes. So I click on this tool, and that one looks good. So this one's too far away. So I'm going to drag this one a little closer, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to drag this anchor point or node a little closer, and also you can mess around with these things as well. All right, so same thing. You want to change the color. It can't be black. It can't be black. No, it can be black. It can be black. It can be whatever color you want. No, make it. It can't be black or gray. So make it a color, and then as usual, change it to where there's no butt caps. Okay, so I've got this one done, and so I'm going to go File, Save, or I can just hit the Save. There is a Save button. Hit Save. Okay, and then now you want to share it. So you're going to go File, and you're going to say Share File, and you're going to click Copy. And then you're going to go over to Canvas, and you want to submit that assignment. And you just copied the URL, the Uniform Resource Locator, and you're going to click and press Control and V on the keyboard, and you're going to submit that assignment. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Where'd it go? Oh, I was waiting for the celebratory confetti. Sometimes when you submit assignments, you get confetti. I didn't get the confetti. Oh, well. Well, here's my virtual confetti. Yay, you turned the assignment in. Okay, that's it for '03. Thank you guys very, very, very much. See you guys on the next one.